What's going on, guys? Niko here, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 examples of chord progressions that ILLENIUM uses to build tension during the build-up right before the drop. One of them sounds like this. So by the end of this video, you're not only going to know that chord progression as well as the 2 other ones I'm going to share with you, you're going to also walk away with an improved songwriting skill that you can now bring these chord progressions to your own production and make them your own. So with that being said, make sure you watch all the way till the end of the video. And without further ado, let's get to work. Quick announcement before we get started, I'm giving away a free piano lesson, so if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, comment down below piano mastery. Every Friday, I select a winner from the comment section. And additionally, guys, if you are a music producer out there, check out my free ILLENIUM chord progression pack down below. It's all of ILLENIUM's chord progressions broken out nicely with some organic MIDI, so you guys can use those in your productions as well. Now, with that being said, let's get to the piano now and break down these chord progressions. So the first chord progression we're going to be going over is from the song Hold On To You, and it sounds like this. And this is the build progression that's going right before the drop. So let's just break down the chord progression here. When we look at it in the key of C, which we'll just use all the white keys because this was written in a different key, all we're doing is playing the 4, 5, and 6 chord of the key of C major. So if you don't know what that means, all that means is if we label our notes here 1 through 7, we're going to be playing an F chord, a G chord, and an A chord. And the way we'll denote them is it's going to be a F major chord, a G major chord, an A minor chord, and then we're going to go back to the G major chord. Now, the way I construct these chords is based off of the chord lineup, so make sure you check out the video. I'll link it up above if you don't understand what's going on here. But really all it is we're playing the 4, 5, and 6 chords. So we can, transpose these to any different keys that we're playing in. But the reason why this chord is great for building up tension and building up things right before a drop happens is because it's not moving around too much. Like if you have something that's like jumping around, like a chord progression that's a little all over the place, it may not build the exact same amount of tension. And the 3 chord progressions we're going over in this video are all actually pretty similar with a couple different small differences. So if you're trying to create some momentum going into your drop or going into the chorus of whatever song you're doing, this chord progression works really well because what you can do melodically is like we have this. So we have, so I'm going to play a melody along with this chord progression and show you what it can do. So the melody is very simple. It's just going to be, and then it's going to go up to like this. So again, this is a melody starter, the 6, 7, 6, 7, 1, 7, and then 6, 7, 1, 2. And the notes will be labeled so you can see what I'm saying here. So if we play this build-up chord progression, very simple, but what this is doing is it's building up the suspense and the tension in the song right before you get into that nice big drop. And again, this chord progression is great because it just moves up and down slowly. Whenever you're trying to build tension, and if you study all the songs right before a big drop, for the most part, it's either the same chord progression or this one right here. And the way it works, and the reason why it works, is because the chord goes up and then it goes back down. It's not going down, up, down, up. It's just going straight up. And then you can get into a chord progression that moves around a little bit more right during your chorus or your drop. But this one's slow up and down, very slow. Right, so there's not much going on there, but that's one chord progression. Again, you can use it in any key, the 4, 5, and 6 chord of the major scale. So it's just, if you look at the Roman numerals behind this stuff, should be pretty straightforward. But again, if it's not, check out my chord lineup video. Very important to understanding how this all works. Now, the next song we're going to be going over is Needed You. So he does something pretty similar in this, and I'll play it for you right now. So let me transpose this now into the key of C. So we're using only the white keys. And all he's doing, instead of playing in the last one, we had 4, 5, 6, 5. Instead of doing that, he's just playing 4, 6, and then 5. So I'm going to show you a melody that goes along with this now as well. So we go here. Again, very simple. It's just... Again, like what I'm doing with the melody when I'm writing along with these is I'm thinking, okay, let's go down and then let's go up. Let's go down and then let's go up and make it more exaggerated right before we actually get into the drop. So let me break that down real quick because I think we don't want to miss out on that. What's going on here when I'm writing this melody? You're slowly seeing a lot more movement that's going on, right? It's like feels like something's about to happen. Because the melody it's getting more wider and it's going up on the second time around. So then we keep on going. And then we can go. And notice how this is starting to open up, right? And before a big drop, what we want from our frequency spectrum is to, some of it slowly starts opening up, right? So this is nothing new if you're a producer out there. Right before you get into your big drop, you want to start, giving more frequencies and building up that suspense and tension, right? So we can also do it compositionally. This is a lot of people don't know about this stuff, but this is very important to making your song sound good. And ILLENIUM knows how to do this really well. So those are 2 chord progressions. And the last one I want to show you is actually one that I think he uses, but it's my personal one that I always use going before a chorus or a big drop. And again, when I'm just playing piano instrumental music, I use this stuff too. So if you're not making dance music, it's still very applicable to anything you could be doing. And all we're going to do here is we are going to go back and forth between the 4 and the 5 chord. Whoops. And notice directionally, up and then down. The last chord, up and then down, but it's not a wide up and then down. It's just going up and then down. What I'm going to show you here is the power of inversions that we can be using with these chords. So if I just play the chords out, I go back and forth. Now, if I really want to open this thing up, what I can do is I can start using inversions. So if we take our F chord here and we jump the F up an octave, we're playing the first inversion of F. And if we take our G major chord right here and jump the G up an octave, we're now playing the first inversion of G, right? So this is all just octave jumping and inversions. But what I'm seeing here is... and then, or, and leading into that big chord, right? So what we're doing here is we can keep going back and forth. Now, what did I just do there? Well, I took our first inverted F chord and I inverted it again. And I took our first inversion of our G chord and threw the B up an octave too. Right? So you see what I'm doing here? I just keep, slowly shifting things up. Now, if we're playing with both hands and we have 2 things going on, you can keep this hand, following along. And that's how the song may end on a sad note. But you see what's going on here, guys. We're going slow movements back and forth like this. Now, I want to throw in a little bonus tip here for you guys. In a lot of dance music, when the build is happening, sometimes there's no movement at all, and the chord progression is just 1 chord. And a lot of times what the chord is, it's a power chord. So if you think of dance music, maybe before a big drop, or even in a lot of different genres, let me just play a quick chord progression. Same chord, In fact, in Needed You by ILLENIUM, when it goes into needed you, he plays the same, B power octave chord almost. And then he goes into his big chord, right? So that's another little bonus thing that you can do. Instead of even playing a chord progression, if you're trying to build up tension, just play the same thing over and over again. And I suggest instead of playing it major or minor, you get rid of that completely and you just play a power chord and have a video going all into what power chords are. So with all this being said, what I covered in this video is I showed you guys 3 examples of different chord progressions that you can use to build some tension in your songs that ILLENIUM uses in all of his music, right? So this is coming from one of the guys that has skyrocketed over the past few years as an artist, and a lot of people like his music because of the emotional impact, right? And he has this emotional impact because of these small little things that he's doing compositionally, as well as his sound is great and the lyrics are great, but all this stuff adds up to making a hit. There's a lot of factors that go into making a hit, but one of the massive components is the actual chords and the melody, right? So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I look forward to seeing you use this in your productions. So if you liked it, comment, like, subscribe down below, hit the notifications bell so you get all these videos and you guys get everything that I'm teaching. And let me know in the comments what else you guys want to learn. If you want to learn more about chord progressions, melodies, derivations from other artists, I'm happy to help you guys. And additionally, comment down below piano mastery and you'll get enrolled in an opportunity to work with me one-on-one for free. And I'll let you know, I'll teach you whatever else you want. There's no sales tactics involved. It's literally just me doing a free lesson for you guys. So comment down below piano mastery. That being said, thanks so much for watching and I will see you next time.